Choice under uncertainty is a fundamental concept in microeconomics that explores how individuals make decisions when the outcomes of their choices are not known with certainty. In other words, it deals with situations where there's a possibility of multiple outcomes, each with a certain probability. Key concepts. 1. Lotteries. A lottery represents a situation with multiple possible outcomes, each associated with a specific probability. For example, a coin flip is a lottery with two outcomes, heads or tails, each with a 50% probability. 2. Expected value. The expected value of a lottery is the weighted average of its possible outcomes, where the weights are the probabilities of each outcome. It's calculated as expected value, EV equals probability of outcome 1, value of outcome 1, plus probability of outcome 2, value of outcome 2 plus. 3. Expected utility. Expected utility is a more sophisticated concept than expected value. It recognizes that individuals may not value outcomes purely in terms of their monetary value. Instead, they derive utility, satisfaction, from each outcome, and their decisions are based on the expected utility, not just the expected value. 4. Utility function. A utility function represents an individual's preferences over different outcomes. Under uncertainty, it captures how much satisfaction an individual derives from each possible outcome. 5. Risk aversion, risk neutrality, and risk seeking. Risk averse. An individual is risk averse if they prefer a certain outcome with a lower expected value over a lottery with a higher expected value. This is because they dislike the uncertainty associated with the lottery. Risk neutral. An individual is risk neutral if they are indifferent between a certain outcome and a lottery with the same expected value. They only care about the expected value, not the uncertainty. Risk seeking. An individual is risk seeking if they prefer a lottery with a higher expected value over a certain outcome with a lower expected value. They enjoy the uncertainty and potential for higher gains. Intuitive explanation. Imagine you're offered two choices. Choice A. Receive $50 with certainty. Choice B. Flip a coin. If it's heads, you get $100. If it's tails, you get $0. Expected value. Choice A. EV equals $50. Choice B. EV equals 0.5 cents 100 plus 0.5 cents 0 equals $50. From an expected value perspective, both choices are equivalent. However, most people would prefer choice A. Why? Because they are risk averse. They dislike the uncertainty of choice B, even though it has the same expected value as choice A. Expected utility explanation. Let's introduce a utility function, u of x equals square root x, where x is the amount of money. Choice A u $50 equals square root 50 approximately equals 7.07. Choice B EU equals 0.5 u $100 plus 0.5 u $0 equals 0.5 square root 100 plus 0.5 square root 0 equals 5. In this case, the expected utility of choice A, 7.07, is higher than the expected utility of choice B, 5. This explains why a risk-averse person would prefer the certain $50. Examples. 1. Insurance. People buy insurance because they are risk-averse. They are willing to pay a premium, a certain loss, to avoid the risk of a larger loss, e.g., house fire, car accident. 2. Investing. Investors face uncertainty about the returns on their investments. Risk-averse investors prefer safer investments with lower expected returns, e.g., bonds, over riskier investments with potentially higher returns, e.g., stocks. 3. Gambling. Some people enjoy gambling because they are risk-seeking. They are willing to take on the risk of losing money for the chance of winning a large sum. 4. Career choices. Choosing a stable job with a lower salary versus a startup with potentially higher returns but higher risk is a choice under uncertainty. 5. Medical treatment. Deciding between a proven treatment with known side effects and an experimental treatment with potentially better outcomes but unknown risks is a common example of choice under uncertainty. Conclusion: choice under uncertainty is a crucial aspect of microeconomics, as it helps explain how individuals make decisions in situations with uncertain outcomes. By considering expected utility, risk preferences, and utility functions, economists can better understand and predict individual behavior in a wide range of real-world scenarios. It moves beyond the simplistic notion of expected value to incorporate the individual's subjective value of different outcomes and their attitude towards risk.